What's up, everyone? Sam with Backcountry Live. We're out here dirt biking, having some fun. We're going to do an on-trail review of the 2020 KTM 250 XC, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so I've had this bike for quite some time now. Got like 55 hours on it. Bought it with less than 8. And I'm a big fan of the XC platform. And this is a 250 XC. So for those that don't follow, oh my gosh, I will have paid attention to that. Hit the wrong line. Follow the channel and just here looking at the review of this 2020 250 XC. I'm a big fan of the 250 motor. I personally prefer it over the 300, albeit small, and the reason for that is the 300, while way better, or probably better than the 250 in this terrain, in fast flowy stuff, I actually prefer the lighter feeling of the 250. So the 250 acts more like a traditional two-stroke. So the gap between the 300 and the 250 KTMs, especially XCs, in the fast flowy is significant, whereas I feel like the gap between the 250 and 300 and the tight technical stuff isn't as big. So can you ride a 250 XC anywhere a 300 XC will go? Yes. Is the 300 XC going to be a better hard enduro technical single track dirt bike? Yes. Do I feel like the 250 XC is better in the fast flowy desert type stuff? Yes. The horsepower is the same. It's just where the horsepower is delivered, how the bike reacts. So keep that in mind. Now, I was coming off a 2018 250 XC that had a high compression head on it, and it was pretty dialed, and I really like that bike. The 250, it's this 2020, it's got the more narrow updates to the frame and the suspension updates, and it's obviously got fuel injection and oil injection, where my 2018 was still a carbureted mixture gas and hauling ass bike, and it ripped. It had tons of power, and I really enjoyed it, and it was my favorite bike to date. So what's the main difference between the two? So this bike with the fuel injection, if the throttle's open at all, it won't freaking die. Grunt it up with the two-stroke. Dude, you lugged up that. I know. Wow. It has really linear power, which I really like, and in fact I had to get used to it because it actually felt like it would rev faster than my carbureted bike. So doing certain things like pivot turns, log crossings, wheelies or anything like that, it really was an adaptation for me. So it has great power. I really like the power. But probably my favorite part about this bike is it's more nimble. Suspension improvements they did is better, and the overall handling of the bike is just more nimble. It's just better. So I really like that about this bike. So pros of this bike: light, nimble, fast, fun, playful, flickable. It's probably what I described the bike. It's a do-it-all bike on the XC platform. I've ridden it everywhere from gnarly single track to fast flowy single track to desert to sand dunes to motocross track, and it does well on all of those. Is it the best thing in all those conditions? No. Where I feel like it's probably the best is fast flowing and maybe some of these other bikes. The XC platform is more closely related to the SX platform than the XCW. The XCW is a whole different beast, so keep that in mind. I actually like that it sips oil with the oil injection. I like the fuel injection. I don't worry about any problems or issues with jetting. So those guys that don't want to jet a carburetor, it's not that difficult. So like the higher we climb up here, no issues, no problems with the jetting. So, new technology. I think this bike is my favorite bike. So like that was really technical, right? It killed the bike. It's 250. Would a 300 motor do that better? Yes. But like anything, it's the rider, not the bike. But for example, Clayton in front of me is on a 2006 300, and he's freaking nice and fast, and so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so those are the pros. Now some of the cons. So the whole idea of a two-stroke and why a lot of us love the two-stroke was the simplicity of it. Meaning easy to rebuild, no electronics, not really anything to go wrong. With them adding oil injection and fuel injection, it automatically complicates the system. And that leads into the next thing, the other cons. No backup Kickstarter, so if something happens and you lose your battery or a fuse, something like that, you can't get the oil injection. Have I had any issues with the bike? So when I have people ride it really slow, just like any two-stroke, I've actually fouled plugs. Now that was because I was letting beginners ride it and they just weren't using the bike as it should. When I ride it, I don't foul any plugs or have any issues. It's weird because you would think that wouldn't happen with a fuel injected bike. Keep that in mind. I don't really have very much splooge that comes out the back unless I have a beginner ride and then use a little splooge. Ow! Whip in the chest. Another issue that I have, but it's not something to do with all selected for TPI, KTMs or Husqvarna, is my bike, for whatever reason, will not idle, stay idle, especially the warmer it gets. It just won't. So going downhill, it's idle too low. And I tried, you know, doing all the idle screw that it has, but it just gets the bike out and doesn't help to idle. So Clayton does sell a manual solution to that, where it's an actual, like a manual screw that goes in, opens up that idle for you, and you can twist it, open and close it. But you gotta tear your bike apart to get to it and adjust that, which is annoying, right? So keep that in mind. Fun, because you can tell Clayton have fun because wheeling up everything, off everything. I can't see. He's joking, he's out of shape, probably better riding shape than me. So those are my pros and cons list, guys. The big question is, would I buy this bike again? Yes, but now you've got to make the decision for yourself if this is a bike that you like or not. In a later video we'll talk about what I run on my setup, all that good stuff. I'm pretty simple. I don't like to do a lot of things to my bike. I fit in the ranges that the manufacturers are building these bikes for. So comment below what you guys think about the 2020 XC TPI. Am I off base? Am I missing something? Let me know what you think. If you would buy this bike, or if you have any questions I can address, let me know. We can address those other videos. But today, this is one of my favorite bikes I've ever owned. Has it been without its problems? Sadly, no. The fouling of the plugs was weird, shouldn't have happened, and the not idling, or the bike idling too low was one of those. So, got some crazy good news. So, out riding the 2020 250 or KTM 250 XC TPI, my personal bike. We're gonna do something really cool. So we're gonna do a bike build with it, deck it out, make it look super sweet, add some sweet parts and accessories to it, and then we're gonna give it to one of you guys. All you need to do to get entered is head over to bclmtn.com and pick up some rad gear, and you will get entered in to win this. Thanks for watching, guys.